Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to build full stack generative AI application using .NET Core for the backends and Angular for the frontend. And because you guys are awesome, I am giving my source code, step-by-step instructions, so you can take it and build your own generative AI application. Don't worry if you are new to AI or never get a chance to get your hands dirty with AI development. I will walk you through everything step by steps. Here, what we will do step by step. First, we will learn how to upload unstructured data like audio, video, and text file. Then, we will use OpenAPI or you can use Azure AI to turn unstructured data into something meaningful like user story, test cases, or your custom content format. And finally, we will display the AI generated result into UI part with the help of Angular components. By end of this video, you will have working generative AI application that can take raw inputs and convert them into structured outputs like user story, test cases, or your social media. So here is the quick overview of full stack generative AI applications that you guys are building today with the help of .NET Core and Angular. So, first thing first, we will transform unstructured data with AI. Think about how much times we are wasted to organize messy data, like meeting notes, call recordings, video walkthrough, or any kind of data. What if you could upload all of that and get structured and usable contents in seconds? And that's exactly what we are going to do. Okay, so let's see the flow. We are going to upload text, audio or video file and let's AI model do the heavy lifting, transforming everything into structured and ready to use output. Enough talking, now let's go ahead and dive in. Here is the 5-step overview that everything we are going to do in the rest of tutorials. First thing first, we will go and create OpenAPI key in step 1. In the step 2, we will learn how to do the project setup for the backends and the frontends. We are going to use .NET Core for the entire backend solutions and use the Angular version 19 for the frontends. Step 3 is all about backend developments. I am going to walk you through how to develop backend solution with the help of controller, interface and multiple services. In the step 4, you are going to create beautiful web application with the help of Angular 19 and show AI generated results. And the final step is FFmpeg installation. So I'll show you step by step how to do FFmpeg installations on your Windows machine. Let's jump to the step 1, which is create OpenAPI key. And I'll show you how to do it so you can create OpenAPI key and build your full stack generative AI application. Okay guys, let's get started. First, head over to platform.openai.com and sign into your OpenAI account. If you don't have account, don't worry, just click on sign up button and it's free to get started. Once you are logged in, click on default projects. From here, you can choose manage project options. After that, you can see API key options in the left side menu. Now, click on create new secret key from here. And then you can give it any of the name like app key and hit create secret key button. The important note is copy this key right away because you won't able to see it again and store it somewhere safe like password manager or secure note app. And that's it. You got your OpenAPI key ready to go. You can now use it in your app to unlock the power of GPT and other AI models. Now it's time for step 2, setting up our full stack application setup with the help of .NET Core and Angular. Let's dive straight into the setup and get your project ready to start building AI-powered features. To create .NET Core Web API, first open the Visual Studio 2022 and then click on Create New Projects. After that, you can select ASP.NET Core Web API and click on Next button. Now, you have to give the project name. It could be anything like Gen AI app or API and then click on Next. You can choose any of the framework like .NET 8 or .NET 9. I'm going with .NET Core 8. Keep the default option as it is and then click on Creates. And it's boom, your API projects will be ready within 1 minute. Once you are done with project creation, hit the Ctrl F5 button and confirm that the Swagger UI open in your browser. That means your backend is running properly. We are done with backend application setup. Now it's time for creating the frontend application with the help of Angular 19. So let's go ahead and create it. In order to create Angular applications, you need to install few things like Node.js and npm. To do that, you need to go official websites of Node.js and install the latest version of Node. Once you are done this activity, you can come to the command prompts of Visual Studio Code and check the latest version of Node and npm using these two commands. Okay, let's go ahead and create front-end application using Angular 19. In order to do that, first you need to install Angular CLI version 19 using this command if you haven't already. Once you are done with Angular CLI installations, then navigate to your main project folders and run ng new genai app.ui and enter. After that, you need to choose preferred styling. It could be CSS or SCSS. I am going with SCSS styling and I am selecting no as I don't want server-side rendering, and let Angular work its magic. Now you can see here we have successfully created the Angular 19 applications using single command. I have run these applications. Now what we can do, we will visit this URL and you can see here this is the default Angular homepage. Okay guys, we have completed the front-end and back-end project setup. Now what we are going to do is we will go up and create entire backend GenAI solution using .NET Core. Okay, so first thing first, what we are going to do is we are going to create two folders in this particular solution. So I have click on this and I'm going to create two folders. One is for the models and one is for the services. Let's start with simple model called upload request. It's hold the upload file and desired output types. So I'm going to create new class called as upload request.cs. In upload request DTO, I have added two properties. One is iForm files and another one is output type. iForm files is basically used to upload the files and it's provide the file contents and metadata. We also have a response model for OpenAPI Whisper response. Just a simple string of transcript script. Next, we are going to setting out three interfaces under the services folder here. You can look at here that can help convert unstructured data into structured one. Let's go ahead and implement all these three interfaces that can handle unstructured user data like audio, video, and text file. Okay, let me quickly walk you through the first interface, which is iWhisper service. If we look at the implementation of iWhisper service, it takes the input as the audio file and send it to Whisper model. After that, Whisper model convert all this audio file into transcript text and it's handled all asynchronously using this API call. It supports multiple formats like MP3 and .wav files. And this is how we converting MP3 file into transcript script with the help of Whisper service. So the next interface is iVideo service and this is for video file. So let's take an example. We are getting the input as a video file and that video file has unstructured data that we need to convert into structured formats. So how we are going to do is first we will use FFmpeg package that will extract the audio from your video file and then pass it to Whisper service using this API call. Okay. If we talk about this particular method, this method we are using to extracting the audio from our video files and then pass this audio file to our Whisper service to get the transcript script. So this is the same methods we have used in our previous interface, which is take a input as an audio file and convert into transcript script. Okay, let's go ahead and see how to install required NuGet packages. Right click on the solutions and click on manage NuGet package. Here you can search this particular text and install this package. This package will help us to extract the audio from video files. And look at here, this error will go away quickly. Yeah, this is how we need to install FFmpeg package. Now next step is I'll quickly show you how to set executable path for the FFmpeg bin path. Okay, let me quickly walk you through how to set up executable path for FFmpeg. In order to do that, you need to follow certain steps. So if you look at this, I have written down all the steps that needs to be executed. First, you need to visit to this particular URL. Once you go to this URL, under release builds, you will find out the zip folders like this. Let me quickly show you that. Here, under the release build, you will find out the zip files. You can download it and extract somewhere in the C drive. I have kept it in my C drive like this. After that, you can copy this path and then open environment variables. How to do that? You can type environment variable here and then click on this. If you look into this, I have added new environment variable and given the same name which I have added in the code. The same way you have to do it for the environment variable. Once you are done with activity, you can go to command prompt and type this particular command and it will show you what exactly version you have. Don't worry, if you have any confusion, you can download the instructions file from the video descriptions and perform the same steps. Okay, let's jump to the final interface, that is OpenAI service. In previous two interfaces, we saw that how we can convert video file into audio files and send that audio file to Whisper service to extract the text. Now, once we got the text, we will pass it to OpenAI service here. Then this service generates the structured output like user story and test cases using GPT-4 models. So how we are going to do this? First, we will pass the prompt here dynamically. You can pass it anything. So here I have passed it like based on the following content, generate the output type like user story and test cases. And in this particular input file, I am extracting the text from video or audio service. That same text I'm going to pass it here. So here is the request format that we need to pass for GPT-4 models. Once we create the request, we will pass it here to get the structured contents. And you can adjust the temperatures and models based on how creative or strict you want the output to be. Now, this is the once we pass the prompt and input file, this will give us the structured content in JSON format. Okay guys, finally we are done with all three interface implementations and the services. Now let's jump to the controller sides. I have created the upload controller here and we are going to tie everything together in upload controller because this is the main endpoints of the API and we are calling these endpoints in the front-end applications. Okay, let me quickly walk you through all the code of this upload controllers. So if you look at this, here we have injected three services like audio service, video service and OpenAPI service. And in this particular sections, you can look at this here. If you receive the text file as an input, we are extracting the text with the help of this code. The same way, if we receive the input file as a MP3 or video file, We are extracting this using audio service and video service and passing this text to our OpenAPI service. With the help of this service, we are generating the structured content like user story, social media post, or test cases. That's it. We have built the flexible .NET Core Web API for the generative AI to turn any media file into structured development content. Let's test it out quickly. So what I'll do, I'll just quickly run this file and it started building. Our application is built and this is how you will see the error in Swagger site. But for now, please ignore it because our application has been built successfully and we are going to inject these endpoints in our front-end applications. Okay guys, now we are officially completed the backend development of generative AI solutions using .NET Core API. And now we are going to deep into Angular size. I'll walk you through how I built three components, which is home, upload, and history components using Angular 19. And after that, I'll show you how we can connect the Angular component with .NET Core Backend API and generate the AI response like this. If you look into this upload components, I have upload unstructured file and select the output type as the user story. And once you click on this generate button, this is how you will get the response. Let's start with project structures. I'm using Angular 19 to keep things modulus and optimized. Our main modules include home, upload, and history modules. With the help of upload modules, we are calling the backend API like this and generating the structured contents. Okay guys, let me quickly walk you through the project structure of Angular. Our application entry point is main.ts. Using these bootstrap applications, we are calling app components. Now, if you go to this app component.html, we have header sections. This header section is nothing but our this UI, where we are calling home, upload, and history component using this nav sections. Let's quickly talk about this router outlets and our route files. If you go to the app.route.ts file, here we manage the application route for three different components. If you look into this, for the blank route, application will redirect to the home component. The same way, if you put the upload in the URL, then it will redirect to upload component. From here, you can upload the files and generate the contents. And the last one is history component. If you put the history in the URL, then our history component will open here and we can see what are the recent files we have uploaded. This is how we manage the application routes. Let me quickly walk you through the upload components. So if you look into this first section, which is upload file section. So here user can drag and drop the files. It could be audio, MP3 or text file. This piece of code tells us what are the file user can upload. Now, if you move to the next part, this is all about our drop down sections. That means user can select the output type like user story and test cases. All the piece of code is here for the output type. The same way we have the output sections where we are calling the API and displaying the response. Now, how we are going to display it? If we go to the TS file, we have write down generate content methods. Once user click on submit button, this particular method is going to be called where we are calling the backend API and generating the response. Whatever response we are getting, we are displaying in output section here. This is how the upload components is working. If you are confused with this code, don't worry, you can download the entire source code from YouTube descriptions and go through this. And our final component is history component. In history components, we are storing and displaying the previously generated results. You can look at here. We are displaying recent conversation like what are the files user has uploaded. It could be text, MP3 or video files. For now, we have keep these informations hard-coded here. But you can replace this piece of code with your dynamic API, or you can keep these informations in the blob storage, fetch it, and display it on the screen. So here are the three properties you can take, like file name, dates, and type, and display these three properties on the UI. So here is the HTML code. You can replace this value and display the result. That's it for today's video. Now you are officially expert creating full stack GenAI application with the help of .NET Core and Angulars. If you are enjoying this walkthrough, don't forget to subscribe for more practical GenAI tutorials and full stack applications. Keep learning, keep building, and I'll see you in the next one.